Everyone's speeding. Mark.
All right, this is an example of a very simple situation. The bike could go here, the pedestrians can go here, this car could be coming out. It updates the information it has and all of these things every 20 milliseconds to decide what is the most likely and what is our best course of action in it. Yeah, busy enough?
The world is a really complicated place. There's no way to write down a list of all of the situations that a vehicle might find itself in. You have to have a vehicle which generalizes, that's the technical term, for a vehicle that can handle situations that it was not programmed for. MPDM stands for multi-policy decision-making, and it's the key tool that we use on our vehicles to allow them to make decisions like a human driver.
MPDM is a framework to help an autonomous vehicle decide what type of behavior to drive. Should I drive fast? Should I drive slow? And it does this by taking into account all of the different things that are in the vehicle's environment.
A little bit like an imagination for an autonomous car. It allows us to think 10 to 15 seconds about what might happen and to be able to make plans that reflect all of those possibilities. In about 200 milliseconds, it can imagine thousands of possibilities.
A lot of other companies are requiring a lot of driving data so that they can run very heavy models that learn from that data. But then if they ever encounter a situation that wasn't ever captured in their data set, they're not able to handle that in a robust manner and maybe not even a safe manner.
And the problem with that is that there are too many kinds of situations that a vehicle can find itself in, and you can't write them all down in advance. That's where multi-policy decision-making fits in. We don't try to enumerate all the things that could happen. We allow multi-policy to find a strategy which adapts itself correctly for the situation that we're in.
So here we're looking at a visualization that allows us to see what MPDM is trying to do. But this is one possible future world where an agent is coming down the lane on the other side. This agent wants to turn. We want to try going straight through the intersection. It takes 1/5 of a second to go through all of these possible simulations and to come up with a concrete score and a decision for what we want to do next.
Yeah, so the secret sauce of MPDM is modeling the interactions between agents. It's not just what's going to happen in the future, but how all of that interplay between the whole world happens.
MPDM is, I think, the right choice for autonomous driving, particularly in comparison to others in the industry, because of that emergent behavior.
It's not too hard to program a car and get out of it what you put into it. But one of the things that we get is that our car can really seamlessly handle situations that weren't on our mind as we were developing the software. And that's the idea of emergent intelligence. And that's the only way you're going to build a vehicle that can handle the full breadth of circumstances that you might find on the road.
So in MPDM's case, the knob it has to turn is not just how much am I predicting what other things will do, but it's also predicting those interactions. That's the secret sauce. A lot of systems are just imagining this is what I think everything's going to do. You commit to the most likely state and say, all right, if this is what's most likely, how can I react? But oftentimes it's not imagining that, well, actually, if this car slows down really hard, other things are going to react to that too. I think the flexibility of MPDM is one of its more appealing characteristics. You don't have to be an expert in what's going on under the hood in MPDM to start extending the system and making the car better.
We are confident that it's safe. That's why we put it in our vehicles, and that's why our vehicles are on the road.
Day one, we decided that we are an autonomous vehicle company, but we serve people today. And that's something we have taken pride in from day one. We wanted to be out there in the world, and we wanted to drive with real people, real customers, real riders, and get their feedback and build it to our system.
Yeah, one of the really neat things about MPDM is how customizable it is to your environment. Our ride feel is dramatically affected by the system because we can encode what it means to have a comfortable ride as part of our scoring functions for choosing what actions to take.
There's a lot of really, really cool progress by others in the industry and in research using neural nets of different kinds to do behavior planning. And that's really cool, and it shows great promise. But I think one of the fundamental problems with that is the lack of interpretability. You don't know why the decision was made.
MPDM is fundamentally the only technology that can scale, that can handle the full range of driving conditions, that can handle the complexity of the real world.
As we're growing and expanding, more people will hear about us and they'll see that May Mobility is truly coming with a custom solution to their cities and has the ability to transform people's lives.
May Mobility is the company that can succeed in transforming the world with autonomous vehicles.